Hi, it's Chris with the 10-Minute Writer, and this time I'm talking about secondary characters. Now, secondary characters can serve a lot of functions in a story. One of them is to add plot twists. And secondary characters don't have to be bad people or villains. They can be friends, family members, bosses, acquaintances, anybody who can just cause your characters some problems. What we found is a mystery with romantic elements, and it's basically a murder mystery. The main character is trying to find out who killed the woman she found in the woods. But there are also secondary characters who cause some trouble in Audra's life. She has just finished college and has had to move back in with her mother and younger brother while she starts her first job. And her mom is kind of a pain. They have conflict that shows up in different ways. And her 12-year-old brother, he actually wants to help solve the mystery. He sees them as kind of playing Nancy Drew, doesn't really understand how serious it could be. So Audra realizes that she has to either work with him or he might go out and do things on his own and really get into trouble. So that motivates her to stay involved, even when at times she might wish to pull back from the mystery. In Haunted, the Ghost on the Stairs, and the Haunted series, the kids don't want their parents to know that Tanya can see ghosts. They're afraid of how people would react to that. So they're keeping that secret. And in this first book, they're on this television shoot with their mother and stepfather, who are doing a Ghost Hunter TV show. And Tanya sees a ghost, and they want to figure out how to help this ghost resolve their issues and move on. So when mom, who is feeling guilty about not paying the kids enough attention, says, I'm going to spend all day with you today, they have to do their research right under mom's watchful eye. So mom thinks she's doing something nice for the kids, and the kids are just put in a more awkward situation. So parents are especially useful secondary characters in books for children, because adults can often avoid spending time with their parents if their parents are too difficult, but kids usually cannot. So you do see an awful lot of orphans in order to sort of remove the parental oversight in children's books. But the other way to go is actually have parents who are active, and they can be great people, but they just have different priorities from their children. Like they want their kids to be safe while their kids want to be off having this adventure. And of course, it's not just family members. You can include bosses and friends and even acquaintances, neighbors, whoever can cause problems for your main character. So in Counterfeits, the main character has been in New York for 10 years. She comes back to New Mexico to the small art camp that her grandparents ran when her grandmother has died suddenly. She reunites with some friends that she knew as a teenager and has romantic feelings for somebody who works at the camp. Well, the friends each have their own issues that they're dealing with and their own goals. Her love interest has secrets for why he's been working at this remote camp in New Mexico for so many years. And one of the questions she has to answer for herself is, does she want to go back to New York City, or does she want to take over the New Mexico art camp? And making that decision is more challenging when her friends want her to make a certain choice and her love interests want her to make a certain choice, not because they want anything bad for her, but they have their own priorities and would like her to stay in one place. So you can think about how secondary characters with their own goals might interfere with your main character trying to achieve their goals. So your exercise for this is think about your book or story idea you have or work in progress. What secondary characters do you have in that might cause problems? And then think about what kind of problems they could cause. Make sure that they have their own goals, their own priorities, and think about how their goals are in opposition to your main character's goals. So remember, we're not talking about villains this time. These can be good people. They can even be people who want good things for your main character, but maybe they have a different idea of what would be good for your main character. And this helps make your world more realistic by having characters who are not sort of like all by themselves. They have friends, they have family members, they have complicated lives like most of us do. And it can also give you plot ideas. This has been a quick excerpt from my advanced plotting online workshop, which you can take at your own pace with 6 videos and handouts to go along with it. If you're interested in that, see my chrisebach.com website and go to the For Writers tab, which has information about the course and also my developmental editing services. And you can also check out my book, Advanced Plotting, to get some other tips on making your story stronger if that is a better fit for you.